Moonfall is a sci-fi catastrophe film following a heterogeneous band of astronauts, conspiracy cranks and misplaced kids who should band collectively to shop the arena due to the fact the moon has grew to become towards us. What is the time in Moonfall? Without getting an excessive amount of into spoilers, it is able to be the outlet scene in which the filmmakers can't assume of whatever to do with Oscar achievement and movement big name Halle Berry, in order that they precisely knock her out. It ought to exist the output placement in which a person engages a Lexus NX sports activities mode to overshoot intentness. It will be the bit in which a person says, "The moon is coming for us," and that they do now no longer suggest generally, or figuratively, they actually suggest the sure sufficient moon is coming over the horizon to assault them. But for its dealing with time, Moonfall isn't always stupid sufficient. Director Roland Emmerich is high quality, recognized for his definitive 90s alien eruption movie Independence Day, and Moonfall is a clean try to regain that magic. Independence Day changed into monumentally absurd, however filled with so multitudinous iconic moments, appealing characters and placing illustrations it transcended the secondary plot. Most importantly, everybody took it seriously, certainly the flightiness. The primary one-half of Moonfall is so lackadaisical, so one-half-hearted, that as a substitute of rolling your eyes on the riotous fooleries you locate yourself hankering for commodity certainly ludicrous to be. The commencing scene rips off graveness wholesale. The person backstory includes now no longer one, however divorces, each boring. The catastrophe film detail sees the arena visit hell in a handcart, expressed almost totally via the least pleasing information reviews ever one half of asked collectively. Still, stay with it, and Moonfall in the end leans into the lunar loneness. As the moon threatens Earth, the through the figures Holocaust acquainted from 1,000 different international catastrophe flicks is changed through new set portions packed with chaos. This is specific to this conception, like graveness going haywire. By the cease, the filmmakers have thrown their fingers with inside the air and jammed in each wacky sci-fi proposition they are able to assume of, like a whole DVD library of Star Trek, Doctor Who and Battlestar Galactic mashed right into a area pill and blasted into root, with simplest one system working, OBVS. Against all odds, through the cease I changed into smelled into Moonfall's root. As for characters, at no factor in Moonfall do you notice whatever however actors gambling their places. For ideally suited of the cast, which means placing on a outfit, yelling their one line and additionally evanescing. Those who stick round a chunk longer appear like they simply examine the script and feature now no longer but determined in the event that they certainly need to be on this film. Charlie Plummer mainly can provide a overall performance framing on dead-eyed hostility, like a quick meals employee who's simply been made to begin a double shift. A noble exception is John Bradley, who performed Samwise or Commodity in Game of Thrones. Bradley grabs the daftness with each finger, taking the Jeff Goldblum quirky scientist component from Independence Day and becoming desperately demanded enthusiasm into the maximum Argentine scenes. At least with inside the super eminent component, a jacked and stubbly Patrick Wilson offers it his all because the possible astronaut action figure. His smoldering power usually remains an inch down from a boo, like that bit in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, while Leonardo DiCaprio's washed-up film big name Rick Dalton throws himself into quickie Italian movement pictures. Meanwhile, Halle Berry brings a steely contact of sophistication as she takes raid of NASA and digs up conspiracy propositions, even though her thankless component drastically entails traumatic the virile idol into saving the arena as a substitute of her, for no perceptible purpose aside from he has a motorcycle and he or she doesn't. The aspect, from the square-jawed astronauts to the redneck buccaneers, the humans with inside the movie aren't humans. They are movie characters, little similarly than cardboard cutouts handing over strains copied and pasted from as soon as flicks. And one half of via the movie I started to marvel if this changed into the important thing to unleashing the riddle of Moonfall. Maybe it isn't always a dumb B film, however a pitch-best subversion of Hollywood spectacle. Moonfall's a big budget, goods-pushed Hollywood blockbuster, however it additionally form of doesn't. Just because the faded French new surge of the 1950s changed into stimulated through a reverence for American noir flicks, Moonfall is an streamlined interpretation of 50s B pictures, 70s conspiracy suspensors and catastrophe pictures, all fed lower back into the Hollywood system. It's a chunk like a spaghetti western, or one of these French comics providing American icons. Sure, it is set in America, however now no longer the authentic America, or certainly the authentic actual Earth. It's set in film America, Hollywood land, a delusion realm in which guys are guys, terrible men are terrible and buses blow up while you shoot them. The International of Moonfall is an area peopled through examine astronauts so rugged you may listen their spurs chinking in area. It's a international in which the pencil necks lower back at base simplest drag the actual icons down. It's a international in which being an alcoholic absentee father is okay. Certainly, due to the fact that untamable power will shop the ton, international. Perhaps I am an excessive amount of into the truth that director Roland Emmerich is German, however it is tempting to peer Moonfall as an stranger's view of Hollywood. Compare Independence Day to the analogous Astronauts vs. Asteroid movie Armageddon, directed through Michael Bay, when gung-ho speeches and big-name spangled chauvinism are provided through an authentic American like Bay. It hits different. Roland Emmerich's flicks are inversely as ridiculous as Bay's over the pinnacle corpus, however cross the splinter of a opportunity that Moonfall will be a few form of Bow meta touch upon the surpluses and artifice of the Hollywood zeitgeist. Hope you found this video informative. Comment below to let me know. Thank you so much. Subscribe and share.